Ladies and gentlemen, in a world that is often noisy, where everyone is shouting for attention, there exists a profound power in silence. A power that can reshape your life, fuel your success, and transform your destiny. Today I urge you to embrace the principle. Focus on yourself and stay silent. Self-reflection and inner growth are foundational to becoming the best version of oneself. In a world that constantly demands our attention and energy, it is easy to lose sight of our true potential. The daily distractions, opinions of others, and the rush of external stimuli can cloud our judgment and obscure our path. However, the practice of self-reflection offers us an opportunity to look within, evaluate our thoughts and actions, and make the necessary adjustments for growth. Self-reflection begins with the ability to step back and observe your own thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. It is an introspective process that requires you to examine who you are at the core, beyond the roles and labels that society or others may place upon you. This is a deeply personal journey, one that allows you to understand your own motivations, desires, and fears. It is through this reflective process that you begin to identify the underlying patterns in your life and can see where you might be holding yourself back. Often we are so consumed by the noise of the world that we forget to pay attention to the internal dialogues that shape our experiences. Self-reflection allows you to pause, listen to your inner voice, and become more attuned to your own needs and aspirations. Inner growth is the natural consequence of consistent self-reflection. As you evaluate your actions and behaviors, you begin to uncover areas where improvement is possible. Growth does not happen by simply observing life from the outside. It requires introspection and taking responsibility for the choices you make. Every experience, both positive and negative, offers a lesson that contributes to your personal development. When you reflect on these lessons, you gain insight into your strengths and weaknesses, and with this knowledge, you are empowered to change the course of your life. This process of inner growth requires a level of honesty and courage that many shy away from. It demands that you confront uncomfortable truths about yourself, traits or behaviors that might not align with the person you want to become. However, it is this very discomfort that fosters growth. Just as a seed must break through the soil to reach the light, personal development often requires breaking through old patterns, beliefs, and habits. Self-reflection helps you identify the limiting beliefs that have held you back and replace them with empowering ones that propel you forward. Moreover, self-reflection encourages you to examine your goals and values. Are the goals you are working towards truly your own, or have they been shaped by external influences? Are your actions aligned with your deepest values, or are you pursuing success or approval for the wrong reasons? The answers to these questions come only through self-reflection, and they are vital to ensuring that your growth is authentic and sustainable. When you grow from a place of clarity about who you are and what you truly want, your progress becomes more intentional and fulfilling. Another critical aspect of self-reflection is its role in emotional intelligence. By regularly reflecting on your emotions, reactions, and behaviors, you develop a deeper understanding of why you respond the way you do in different situations. This awareness enables you to handle challenges with greater composure and make decisions based on reason rather than impulsive emotions. It also improves your ability to empathize with others as you gain a better understanding of your own emotional landscape. Self-reflection, when practiced consistently, becomes a powerful tool for transformation. It helps you build resilience, foster greater self-awareness, and make choices that are in alignment with your highest self. Through it, you begin to unlock the immense potential within you, and step by step, you evolve into the person you were always meant to be. Mastery over external noise is a critical skill in today's fast-paced, hyper-connected world. We are constantly surrounded by distractions, be it from social media, the opinions of others, the demands of work, or even the constant buzz of technology. These external forces pull our attention in countless directions, often leading us to become overwhelmed, unfocused, and disconnected from our true selves. However, those who master the ability to control the noise around them and focus inwardly are the ones who achieve lasting success and fulfillment. The first step toward mastering external noise is recognizing its presence and its impact on our lives. It's easy to overlook how much of our time and energy is consumed by the voices and distractions around us. From the moment we wake up, we are bombarded by notifications, news stories, and the endless stream of information from various sources. While some of this information is valuable, much of it is irrelevant and even counterproductive to our personal growth. The constant need to check our phones, respond to messages, or stay updated on the latest trends creates a sense of urgency and anxiety that can interfere with our ability to focus on what truly matters. When we allow external noise to dictate our thoughts and actions, we lose our sense of direction. Our goals become clouded and our attention is fragmented. Instead of acting from a place of clarity and purpose, we react impulsively to whatever is in front of us. This leads to a lack of control over our time and resources, leaving us feeling like we are constantly chasing after something without ever truly achieving it. Mastering external noise requires discipline. The discipline to say no to distractions, the discipline to create boundaries, and the discipline to redirect our focus. One of the most powerful tools in this endeavor is silence. Silence provides the space necessary to tune out the chaos of the world and focus on what is truly important. By creating moments of quiet in our daily lives, we can begin to reconnect with our inner thoughts and intentions. It is in these moments of silence that we gain clarity, solve problems, and make decisions that are in alignment with our deepest values. In addition to creating moments of silence, we must learn to filter the external noise that comes our way. Not every opinion or piece of information requires our attention. Often we give undue importance to the opinions of others, whether they are family members, colleagues, or strangers on social media. While feedback can be valuable, it is crucial to discern which voices align with our goals and which ones are simply distractions. Mastering external noise means selectively tuning in only to those voices and sources of information that contribute positively to our growth. It's also important to note that external noise doesn't only come from other people or technology. It can also manifest in our own minds. Our internal dialogue, shaped by fear, doubt, and insecurity, can create noise that disrupts our focus. This mental noise often manifests as worries about the future, regrets about the past, or comparisons to others. Mastery over external noise involves not just controlling the external environment, but also quieting the mental chatter that keeps us from moving forward. This requires mindfulness practices such as meditation, breathing exercises, or simply being present in the moment. When we gain mastery over the external noise in our lives, we free ourselves from the grip of distractions and develop the ability to focus deeply on our goals. This focused attention is what leads to real progress. Instead of reacting to the world around us, we begin to proactively shape our lives according to our vision. With fewer distractions, we can make clearer decisions, maintain a steady pace toward our objectives, and achieve a sense of peace and fulfillment that is not dependent on external circumstances. The power of self-discipline is one of the most influential forces in the pursuit of personal success and growth. It is the cornerstone upon which all achievements are built. Without self-discipline, even the most talented individuals will struggle to reach their full potential. It is a quality that transcends fleeting motivation or temporary bursts of energy. Instead, self-discipline is the ability to consistently apply focus and effort even when faced with obstacles, distractions, or discomfort. It is the commitment to follow through on what you've started, regardless of the challenges that may arise. Self-discipline begins with the cultivation of control over one's thoughts and actions. In a world filled with instant gratification and distractions, maintaining self-discipline requires the conscious decision to delay immediate pleasure in favor of long-term goals. The ability to make this choice is what sets successful individuals apart from those who are constantly at the mercy of their impulses. It means resisting the temptation to procrastinate, to deviate from your goals, or to indulge in behaviors that derail your progress. One of the fundamental aspects of self-discipline is the development of habits that align with your goals. Habits are the building blocks of success. When you create positive, productive habits, you don't have to rely on willpower alone. Self-discipline helps you establish routines that make progress automatic and effortless. The disciplined person doesn't have to decide each day whether or not to act. They've already built their actions into their daily life. This eliminates the need for constant decision-making, which can be draining and lead to decision fatigue. By automating the small tasks that contribute to your success, you free up mental and emotional energy for the bigger, more important decision. Another important aspect of self-discipline is the ability to persevere in the face of setbacks and failures. On the path to achieving any worthwhile goal, challenges and obstacles are inevitable. Self-discipline ensures that you keep moving forward even when the road becomes difficult. It's easy to give up when things don't go as planned or when the rewards of your efforts aren't immediately visible. However, the disciplined person understands that success is a process that requires time and continuous effort. They don't let temporary failures define their journey. Instead, they use setbacks as opportunities to learn, adapt, and grow stronger. Self-discipline also involves the mastery of emotions. It's natural to feel frustration, fear, or doubt when pursuing something significant. These emotions can be overwhelming and can lead to self-sabotage if not managed properly. However, self-discipline enables you to rise above these emotions and remain focused on your goals. It helps you stay calm under pressure, maintain a positive attitude in the face of adversity, and avoid acting on impulse or emotional reaction. This emotional control is what allows disciplined individuals to remain steady in their pursuit of success, regardless of external circumstances. Furthermore, self-discipline is essential for time management. Time is a finite resource, and how you use it will determine the course of your life. A person who lacks self-discipline often wastes time on trivial pursuits, procrastinates, or allows distractions to take over. In contrast, a disciplined person understands the value of time and makes intentional choices about how to spend it. They prioritize important tasks, set clear goals, and allocate their time wisely. This allows them to achieve more in less time and avoid the feelings of overwhelm that often come with poor time management. Self-discipline also extends to the way we take care of our bodies and minds. It requires the conscious effort to maintain healthy habits, whether it's exercising, eating properly, getting enough rest, or managing stress. These practices not only contribute to physical well-being, but also enhance mental clarity, emotional stability, and resilience. The disciplined individual understands that taking care of their health is a foundational element in achieving long-term success. In the end, the power of self-discipline lies in its ability to shape your life and ensure that your actions align with your deepest values and goals. It transforms dreams into tangible outcomes and makes success a consistent, repeatable process. Self-discipline is not about perfection. It's about progress, persistence, and the unwavering commitment to becoming the best version of yourself. The value of listening over speaking is one of the most underappreciated yet powerful skills anyone can cultivate. In a world where talking often takes precedence, whether in conversations, meetings, or social media, listening is sometimes overshadowed. Yet, the ability to listen actively and attentively provides far more benefits than simply speaking your mind. Listening creates a deeper understanding, builds trust, and fosters more meaningful connections, while speaking without listening can often lead to misunderstandings, missed opportunities, and broken relationships. First, listening allows you to gain deeper insights into the perspectives of others. Every individual has a unique experience and viewpoint shaped by their background, experiences, and beliefs. When you take the time to listen, you open yourself up to a wealth of knowledge that you may not have considered. Listening provides you with the chance to absorb new ideas, learn about different perspectives, and broaden your understanding of the world. In many situations, the most valuable lessons come not from speaking, but from taking the time to truly hear what others are saying. In doing so, you gain the ability to see the bigger picture and make more informed, thoughtful decisions. Active listening also plays a crucial role in building trust and strengthening relationships. People naturally feel valued and respected when they know that they are being listened to attentively. By listening, you validate their feelings, thoughts, and opinions. This simple act of respect can create a strong foundation of trust, which is essential for collaboration, teamwork, and cooperation in both personal and professional contexts. When people feel heard, they are more likely to open up, share their ideas, and contribute to the success of a project or relationship. In contrast, when we speak without listening, we often miss the opportunity to build these meaningful connections. We may unintentionally dismiss or undermine others' thoughts, leaving them feeling unheard or unimportant. Moreover, listening often leads to more thoughtful and productive conversations. When you listen first, you allow yourself to fully understand the context and the emotions behind someone else's words. This understanding enables you to respond with greater precision and empathy, ensuring that your response is both relevant and appropriate. When speaking without listening, however, responses can be rushed, misinformed, or reactive, which can lead to unnecessary conflict or confusion. Listening helps to clarify misunderstandings before they escalate, while also providing you with the necessary information to formulate a more constructive and impactful response. Listening also has a profound effect on your own personal growth. The more you listen, the more you learn. Listening exposes you to new ideas, challenges your assumptions, and broadens your intellectual horizon. It can be tempting to speak because we want to be heard, to assert our ideas, or to showcase our knowledge. However, by focusing on listening rather than speaking, you position yourself as a lifelong learner. You allow yourself the space to evolve, adapt, and incorporate new information into your way of thinking. This is especially crucial in a world that is constantly changing, where the most successful individuals are those who remain open-minded and receptive to new ideas. In addition to intellectual growth, listening also enhances emotional intelligence. Listening deeply to others requires empathy, patience, and understanding. By tuning into the emotions and underlying feelings behind the words, you can better understand what others are experiencing. This emotional awareness allows you to respond not just with your intellect, but with compassion and sensitivity. When you listen without judgment or interruption, you create a safe space for others to express themselves openly and honestly. This emotional intelligence fosters stronger, more compassionate connections, which can be incredibly valuable in all areas of life, from personal relationships to professional endeavors. Furthermore, listening contributes to effective problem solving. Often, the answers to our challenges lie within the words and insights of others. By listening to their ideas, concerns, and solutions, you are more likely to discover new approaches or alternatives you hadn't previously considered. Listening carefully gives you the full scope of a situation, allowing you to assess it more thoroughly and respond with a more informed and thoughtful solution. In many cases, the best way to solve a problem is not to speak first, but to listen, understand, and then take action based on the insights you've gathered. Lastly, listening cultivates patience. In a world where speed and immediate results are often valued, taking the time to listen can feel counterproductive. However, true listening requires patience, the willingness to slow down, and the ability to focus on what the other person is saying rather than simply preparing your own response. This patience is not just beneficial in conversations, it also serves as a powerful tool for personal growth. It teaches you to manage your impulses, to be present in the moment, and to appreciate the value of others' words and thoughts. Energy and focus conservation are critical components of personal effectiveness and success. In our modern, fast-paced world, we are constantly surrounded by distractions, demands, and obligations that can deplete both our mental and physical resources. However, by learning how to conserve our energy and direct our focus strategically, we can enhance our productivity, reduce stress, and make more meaningful progress toward our goals. This process requires intentional choices about how we use our time, attention, and energy, ensuring that we are consistently working in alignment with what matters most. Energy conservation begins with recognizing that our mental and physical resources are finite. Every day we have a limited supply of energy to dedicate to different tasks, relationships, and activities. Without mindful management, we can easily burn out or feel overwhelmed, especially when we scatter our energy across too many tasks or allow ourselves to become drained by external distractions. One of the most effective ways to conserve energy is by prioritizing our efforts. By focusing on the activities that align most closely with our long-term goals, we can eliminate or minimize the time spent on tasks that are less important or less fulfilling. This allows us to preserve our energy for the work that truly matters, rather than wasting it on things that do not contribute to our overall vision. Another crucial aspect of energy conservation is the ability to say no. Many of us feel the pressure to overcommit ourselves, whether it's by saying yes to social invitations, taking on additional work, or engaging in activities that drain our energy. However, by saying no to what doesn't align with our priorities, we create space for the things that truly nourish us, whether that's personal time, meaningful work, or moments of rest. The ability to say no is a powerful tool for conserving energy, as it helps protect us from spreading ourselves too thin and prevents us from becoming exhausted by obligations that don't support our personal or professional growth. Focus conservation, on the other hand, involves directing our attention with intention and discipline. In a world filled with constant distractions, it is increasingly difficult to maintain focus on any one task for an extended period. Our attention is often pulled in multiple directions, whether by notifications on our devices or our own wandering thoughts. To conserve focus, it is essential to create an environment that minimizes distractions and encourages deep concentration. This might mean turning off your phone during work hours, organizing your workspace to reduce clutter, or setting clear boundaries with others to protect your time and attention. The more we can control our external environment, the easier it becomes to maintain focus on the tasks that will move us closer to our goals. Additionally, conserving focus requires developing the ability to stay present. In a culture that often rewards multitasking, it can be tempting to divide our attention between multiple projects or responsibilities. However, research has shown that multitasking actually diminishes our cognitive capacity and reduces the quality of our work. Instead of attempting to juggle many things at once, focus conservation involves single task, committing to one task at a time and giving it your full attention. This practice not only increases the quality of your work, but also helps you complete tasks more efficiently, conserving both your focus and your energy. Regular breaks are another effective strategy for conserving energy and focus. It's easy to fall into the trap of working non-stop, believing that more hours equate to greater productivity. However, our brains are not designed to operate at full capacity for extended periods. Research has shown that taking short breaks throughout the day improves both focus and overall productivity. These breaks allow our minds to recharge, preventing mental fatigue and enhancing our ability to concentrate when we return to our tasks. Whether it's a brief walk, a moment of mindfulness, or simply stepping away from your workspace, regular breaks are essential for sustaining energy and focus over the long term. Exercise, nutrition, and sleep also play a vital role in energy conservation. Our physical health directly impacts our mental energy and ability to stay focused. A regular exercise routine helps to boost energy levels, improve mood, and reduce stress, all of which contribute to enhanced focus. Eating a balanced diet rich in nutrients provides our bodies with the fuel needed to perform at their best, while adequate sleep is crucial for cognitive function and mental clarity. Neglecting these areas of self-care can lead to burnout, fatigue, and diminished focus, making it much harder to conserve energy for the tasks that matter most. By making deliberate choices about how we use our time, attention, and energy, we can create a lifestyle that promotes sustained productivity, well-being, and success. Energy and focus conservation is not about working harder, but about working smarter, ensuring that every action we take is aligned with our deepest goals and values. and protecting our mental and physical resources from unnecessary depletion. In a world driven by constant communication and an overwhelming amount of information, the emphasis on results over words has never been more important. It is easy to get caught up in talking, strategizing, or planning, but true progress and success are ultimately measured by the tangible outcomes of our actions. While words can inspire, persuade, and inform, they hold little weight unless they are backed by meaningful actions and concrete results. The focus should always be on achieving outcomes that align with our goals, rather than simply filling the air with promises or theories. One of the key reasons why results are more important than words is that actions speak louder than words ever could. Words are fleeting and they can often be distorted or misinterpreted. They are subject to the limitations of language and the nuances of perception. However, results are objective. They are tangible proof of what has been achieved. When you achieve a result, whether it is completing a project, hitting a sales target, or building a successful relationship, it stands as undeniable evidence of your efforts. No amount of verbal explanation can substitute for the impact that your actions have on the world around you. Another reason why results take precedence over words is that they build trust and credibility. Words alone may spark interest or excitement, but it is the results that ultimately validate your claims. People are naturally skeptical, and they have learned over time that words, especially in the age of social media and advertising, can be misleading or inflated. Consistently producing results, on the other hand, earns you the respect and trust of others. In business, for instance, clients and partners value outcomes far more than promises. The same applies in personal relationships. Consistent positive actions strengthen trust far more than empty words of reassurance. Results demonstrate your reliability and commitment, proving that you follow through on what you say. Focusing on results also keeps us grounded and accountable. When we concentrate solely on the desired outcomes, we avoid getting lost in endless discussions or becoming bogged down by unnecessary details. It forces us to focus on what matters most, moving forward and creating progress. A results-driven mindset helps us to stay organized, prioritize effectively, and make the necessary adjustments when things are not going as planned. In contrast, a preoccupation with words can lead to over-analysis or inaction. Talking about ideas or strategies may feel productive, but it's often a way of avoiding the hard work required to implement them. By prioritizing results, we ensure that our actions align with our goals and we create a clear path forward. In professional environments especially, the focus on results can lead to a higher level of efficiency and success. Businesses that place emphasis on measurable results often outperform those that prioritize theoretical strategies or endless planning. This approach fosters a culture of accountability where individuals are responsible for producing outcomes rather than just discussing ideas. It encourages productivity and innovation as people are motivated to find the best methods to achieve their goals, rather than getting caught up in endless meetings or discussions about how things should be done. Moreover, results provide us with valuable feedback. While words can offer promises or intentions, it is through the outcomes of our actions that we can truly assess our effectiveness. If the results align with our objectives, it is a sign that we are on the right path and that our efforts are working. If the results fall short, we can analyze where things went wrong, learn from our mistakes, and adjust our approach accordingly. This constant cycle of feedback and improvement is essential for growth and progress. Results not only show us where we stand, but also give us the opportunity to refine our methods and become more successful in the future. Focusing on results over words also promotes a greater sense of fulfillment and satisfaction. When you achieve something meaningful, the sense of accomplishment is far more rewarding than simply talking about your potential. Results provide us with a sense of purpose and direction. They are the tangible manifestations of our efforts, and they give us a clear indication of whether we are moving in the right direction. Words can motivate, but it is the results that fulfill us. The feeling of having created something valuable or achieved a goal is one of the most satisfying experiences, and it serves as a reminder of the power of action over idle conversation. Ultimately, prioritizing results over words encourages a mindset of doing rather than talking. It fosters a culture of accountability, efficiency, and constant growth. In a world where it's easy to get caught up in talking about what we plan to do or what we hope to achieve, the true measure of success lies in what we actually accomplish. Actions will always carry more weight than promises, and results will always speak louder than words. Therefore, we must consistently focus on producing outcomes that align with our vision and goals, for it is through these results that we will ultimately make our mark on the world. In conclusion, focusing on yourself, conserving your energy and focus, mastering self-discipline, valuing results over words, and listening more than speaking are all essential components of personal growth and success. These principles guide us toward achieving our goals with intention and purpose, enabling us to navigate life's distractions with clarity and direction. By prioritizing meaningful actions over empty promises, taking responsibility for our choices, and fostering deep connections through active listening, we can create a life that reflects our highest aspirations. Ultimately, it is through consistent effort, discipline, and a focus on results that we truly transform our lives.